This is Elmore James' Dust My Broom. And the piano lesson is going to be based on what a piano player does when they're going to play behind a band or a guitar player, etc. This is a guitar player's piece because it was recorded in 1951 by Mr. Elmore James, the wonderful Chicago blues slide guitarist. And actually, I believe that was maybe his second recording of it, which has influenced so many people. Alright, so first of all, good morning, because the name of this tune, Dust My Broom, has a double entendre to it. You see, when Elmore sings, I'm going to get up every morning, I'm going to dust my broom, doesn't mean that he's going to be doing any household chores. So here's how it gets going, alright? The main lick is 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3, 4. That's what a guitar player does in this because that's the guitar lick. But piano players also can do that. However, if you're playing with a guitar player, please let them have their spot right there. And it's a 2-bar phrase. What you're going to be doing underneath them is this, and we're in the key of E. I forgot to mention that. Need a little more coffee. Yeah, we're in the key of E. So you're using E to B, and I would recommend your 5th finger on E, your 2nd finger to B. And get in the middle of the key. Use your instrument. A lot of people play way down here and then they wonder why it's so hard. Sharp keys are guitar keys. So they're not always the favorite ones for all piano players. So you have E and B, next door neighbor, thumb to C sharp. And you're going to be doing a shuffle rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you need to know this is 12-bar blues, so then you have to do the same thing in A. A, 5th finger, E, 2nd finger, thumb over here to F sharp, next door neighbor. And then your 5 chord is B, so B, F sharp. Now that one, your next door neighbor, is going to be another black key, okay? G sharp. Notice that the fingering is consistent. I always advise to do this fingering 5-2 to 5-1 with the next door neighbor, because when you are wanting to go faster, the thumb hitchhiking, although a lot of people do it, to me is a lot more work unnecessary. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you go through your left hand first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, bump to Jack and now to A, now back to E. Now look out, because you're going to come to that B now. B, F sharp, A. Now we're going to do the traditional turnaround. That traditional turnaround, by the way, is this. E, E, by itself twice. E, E. Now, go all the way 7 keys up. That's to a white key, D natural. Now you're going to play them together. Twice, hitchhike down to C sharp, to C natural, twice, and then when you arrive at B, you hit it once, you kick it off. This is the actual turnaround. 3rd finger A to A sharp, 2nd finger, thumb B, kick your other B an octave later down. You're going to keep that rhythm going, so let me demonstrate that again. E, E together, hitchhike down. down first. Because the right hand will ride right with the left hand. Turn around. Now, remember you're backing someone up. So again, I will just remind you, the guitar lick for this Dust My Broom is your pinky is on E, your second finger's on B. The pinkies is what I call the chiming note. Then you come down to the second finger, G along with E, and then you finish it off with E. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 again. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now you can use that blues note right there. Just slide it right off. B flat, A sharp, whatever. Remember we're in the key of E. Not my favorite key. I've had to learn to fall in love with the key of E as a piano player because it is a guitar key. So here we go. So you just would kind of stab it once. Remember, the piano is also a very percussive instrument, so you want to be very articulate about your triplets, eighth note triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2, 3. Again, it's a 2-bar phrase. What a great way to start the day. All right, now you're going to go to the 4 chord at this point. I'm going to give you a simple voicing that works professionally. A major chord, A, C sharp, E, 1, 3, 5. Hang on to that A, go to A, D, F sharp. Okay? Then you're going to go to E and G. So these are in thirds. And you're going to double them with the rhythm, the shuffle rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're going to come down here and do the same thing with E. Get in root position, E, G sharp, B. 1, 3, 5. Now move to E, A, C sharp. Same fingering. Then E, B, D. Actually, I'm using 2 and 4. Sorry, there's always an option. Now, when it comes to your 5 chord B, I am going to use one, you can still use 1, 3, 5. B, black key, B, D, sharp, F sharp. Remember everything's twice. Then B, E, G sharp. And you're going to go to B, F sharp, A. Return. Then back to your 4 chord. Now, here comes that turnaround that I was mentioning. So what do you do with your right hand? I call this is my invention, 911. When you don't know what to do, just ride octaves, E's. And that takes care of that, okay? And I use it all the time when, especially if this piece is going for 10 minutes and you're playing with a lot of musicians. Again, left hand, remember, is by itself. Those first 2 E's. Now, this is where the 911 octaves come in. Together, write it. Now, right here, you can do a cool thing. In unison, A sharp, B, B, B. So both hands are doing the same thing. Turn around. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, now I recommend Henry Gray. He's such a good friend of mine. I got to play his 83rd birthday party on the legendary Blues Cruise in 2008. And Hubert Sumlin was with me, and out of everybody, Henry summons me up, and I played Happy Birthday with Hubert, him, and then Henry came and we shared the bench together. he does a great version of Dust My Broom as a piano player. He does it, I do think, in D, which is more of a favorite key of mine. But anyway, we're doing this in E because that's the original key Elmore recorded this in. And so what we're going to do now is give you one more little tip. When the guitar player is doing the classic lick, okay, I'm going to ask you to just do this. Because you don't want to try to do it with the guitar player. That is their spot, unless you work it out and you guys decide to do it together. But at jams and pretty much all over, that's their spot for that piece, all right? So we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You just keep this going. And so on. Now, here's something so important, you can't forget this. That was the beginning, the one chorus, say intro chorus. You have to be aware that once a singer starts singing the words, it's not a straight 12. It cuts to the quick 4. Please don't forget that. So when the person starts singing, every morning when I get up, I'm going to dust my broom. So it goes like this. 1, and I'm playing this a little bit slower just to keep everybody on, on track here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop right there. 2 things to do. I'm doing an open octave here. We call a split fifth. That takes, you can change that from a full chord, E. That works. Here's another way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, change to A. E, E, and walk the bass up. The other way, I'm going to go back, is the person starting to sing, the verse comes in, I'm going to start from the turnaround. 1, 2, 3, change to A, back to E, and then everything else is the same. Whenever you want to, you can do a little tripling. The groove. That way you can keep track, you're not getting anybody's way, and you'll be the best conqueror. Now say it's your turn. F7, F to E flat, left hand. Take your right hand, F7 chord, E flat, A, C, and do a half note slip down. Now, the last thing I'm going to leave you with, because this was just an introduction to one of the most famous blues songs ever, is to practice whatever key someone calls it in, and normally it's E or D. You need to know your blues scale, because that blues scale works for your 1 chord, your 4 chord, or your 5. Here's your E blues scale. E, thumb, 2nd finger, skip over to G. 3rd finger A, 4th finger B flat, thumb under B, Now go over second finger D, E. That's one octave. And I would practice it like in quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 2. Okay, then do an eighth notes. Even da 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 da. Swing. Triplets. Always have your tempo in mind engaged. If you want to do more octaves, you just put your thumb under. 1 and 2 and... Because when you're wanting to take your solo, let's say, all I'm doing is scale. Now, that was a quick lesson. I also have had requests for more Jimmy Yancey, which I'll do is stomp in the future here very quickly. It's taken a while to get things set up. I appreciate all your comments and hope to see you soon. And I am going to be under Haven House here pretty quickly. Down in Sonoma, they'll be releasing lessons as well. But if it wasn't for my dear student and friend Paul Eldenberg, I wouldn't even had this opportunity to meet you all. Thank you again, and keep rolling those 88s. My term, life is great on the 88s. It's freezing here in Seattle this morning, and that's why I decided to do Dust My Broom. Every morning I get up and I want to dust my broom. Just remember, blues songs, I love the double entendres. Only Elmore can dust his broom. I have literally house cleaning to do. Take care. Thank you so much.